Hi, this is Jim Mann with Homestyle Southern Cooking. Welcome back. It's good to have you here today. I've been doing a lot of things for the holidays, so I thought it would change things up a little bit today. I'm going to do what I call my Mexican casserole. It doesn't have a specific name. I just call it my Mexican casserole. I just turned the unit on. I should have probably had it on before to get it warmed up. But what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do, I bought 2 things of hamburger meat. I'm going to put those in here, and I'm going to start breaking these up a little bit. This is another really simple recipe, and it's really, really tasty. I'm sure it's nowhere near anything really Mexican other than some of the ingredients, but I call it my Mexican casserole. We will be making some Mexican dishes, and we'll be doing some pico de gallo and some guacamole and different things. But there's so many things I want to share with you and bring to you. I just don't have enough time in the day to do it. So anyhow, that's really beginning to heat up. Let this heat up a little bit, and then I'll be right back with you. It's starting to brown up now, and so what I'm going to do now is I've got about 3/4 cups of onions that I'm going to pour in here. And the reason why I didn't put those in first, because I really don't want them to cook down. I actually want them to be part of this. So if I'd have put the onions in first and browned them, then they would have cooked down, and I want these to be actually mixed up with the hamburger. I want to get it good and brown. As you can see, my hamburger is nice and brown the way I want it. So to this, I've got 1 whole can of diced tomatoes that I'm going to add to this. Okay? And I'm going to stir that around in here. Now, I chose diced tomatoes that had garlic in it and things because I wanted to give it a little bit more of a kick, but you can just add just plain diced tomatoes. Or if you don't have diced tomatoes, you can just use a tomato sauce will be fine as well. To this, I'm going to add, I've got a package of taco seasoning mix. Doesn't have to be this brand. Any brand you have is fine. I'm going to pour that all over the top here. And of course, you can imagine the smell with the taco mix and the hamburger. It just smells wonderful already. We'll mix it all around, get it all incorporated, make sure some of the hamburger has a little bit of taco seasoning on all of it. Okay, after I got that done, I've got a can of black beans, and what I've done, I've drained it, and I'm just going to put the whole can of black beans in there. The whole can. And I'm going to stir that around a little bit. And then I've got 1 cup of frozen corn. As you can see, it's still frozen, stuck to the, put that in here. I'm going to stir that around a little bit. Already it looks incredibly good. I'll put a little bit of salt in there. You want a little bit of salt in there to give it a little flavor. And of course, you know how I love peppers, so I've got to have pepper in everything. In the morning when I fix my eggs, they actually look almost black. I put so much pepper on them. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just let this sit here for about, maybe 4 or 5 minutes and just let this simmer. And when we come back, I'll show you what we'll do next. But I'm just going to set this here and let this simmer for about 5 minutes, and we'll be right back. As you can see, it's really simmering now, so I'm going to turn it down just a notch and let it continue to simmer as we get ready for the second part. The second part, I'm going to bring my bowl over here. I've got 2 boxes of Jiffy cornbread. I'm going to put each box in my bowl. Now, Jiffy cornbread, each box calls for 1 egg and 1/3 cup of milk. So I'm doubling, so I'm going to put 2 eggs and 2/3 cups of milk. So that is 1 egg, and there's 2 eggs. Then I've got my 2/3 cup of milk. Okay? And then I'm going to stir this up, mix this all up together. And occasionally keep an eye on your hamburger mixture here. Boy, I tell you, the whole room smells of this. It smells fabulous. Okay, let's go back to mixing up some more. I want to make sure I get this all mixed up and incorporated around. Okay, my cornbread is pretty much mixed up because cornbread has lumps in it. Make sure I get it all. Now what I'm going to do, you can leave this step out, but it makes it really nice. It calls for a whole can of jalapeno peppers, but I think a whole can is right spicy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like a half a can in the mix. Okay. And then I'm going to get a bigger spoon, and we'll stir this all into my mix and my cornbread. Okay, so that's just about ready. Now our next step is I've got my baking dish that I'm going to bake it in, and I decided to use my Mexican one, when I bought it here in Mexico because it's so colorful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the beef mixture. First of all, I'm going to spray this real lightly. I'm going to take my beef mixture and I'm going to put this straight in the casserole dish. Oh wow, like I said, that just smells so incredibly good. I wish you could smell it. You wouldn't believe how good it smells. I'm going to spread this around. Okay, after I get it all spread around, is what I'm going to do is then I'm going to take my cornbread, and I'm going to pour that right on top. And we'll try to get some all over all of it. Boy, all these smells, the jalapenos, the seasoning, the meat, the onions. Like I said, I wish maybe in the future we'll have smell-o-vision too, and you can smell these. Take this, and I'm going to push this out as much as I can on top of my mixture. And if you don't have the whole thing covered the edges, that's okay. You could just go spread out anyhow. Okay, I've had my oven on 400 degrees preheating. So what I'm going to do now is put this in my oven at 400 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now, it calls for 20 minutes for cornbread, but I'm going to keep a watch on this, make sure it doesn't brown up too fast. So I'm going to check on it about 15 minutes, and I'll let you know how long it cooks. So I'm going to put this in the oven. And I'll be back to you in a few minutes. Okay, our Mexican casserole has been in the oven about 25 minutes, a little bit longer than I thought. We're going to get it out. And boy, take a look at that. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece out. I should really let it cool down a little bit, but I'd like to show y'all what it looks like inside. And I can't do that if I don't do it now. So I've got one of my Mexican plates here. Pull this out. Look at that wonderful hamburger and the black beans. That is a beautiful dish to serve to someone. Oh, it smells incredible. It smells incredible. It's too hot for me to even taste it. So I hope you'll try this. It's a wonderful combination, and it's with the cornbread and the jalapenos and everything. The smell is wonderful, and it'd be a good side dish for Christmas if you're having friends for the holidays and you want to make something different. If everybody's tired of turkey and ham, this would be something to make. Take care of yourself. I will see you very soon. This is Jim in Mexico saying, God bless. I'll see you soon.